Hi everyone, I am Sudhir. Welcome back. I am going to discuss about structures, unions, enums and some macros like this. First of all, I am going to discuss about something how we are going to write some structures and all these things. Then I am going to MCQs. First of all, this is the main program here. We have to write one structure here. The structure is used to combine some multiple data items. For example, if it is some array, in array we are going to combine the similar data items, combination of similar data items. In using structure, we are going to combine different data items like this struct, and I am going to give some name here. Struct and the name is going to be student. Here I am going to in the student structure I am going to define some objects here. For example, int roll number, float percentage, character name of 100, like this. We are going to define some structure here. Now that means this is some user defined data type. Now I can write here, for example, int a is equal to 10. That means int is a data type here. That is a predefined data type. Now I am going to define one variable name is struct data, and the data type and the variable name is s1. That means a1 is a variable of type std. Okay. Now I can read here and I can access all the structure variables. For example, scanf %d %f %s, example ampersand s1 comma roll number comma ampersand s1 dot percentage. I am going to read here some string percentage yes ampersand name. As I am going to read here and I am going to print the values. First one is percentage d, percentage f and percentage yes. This is s1 dot name, not name. Here we are going to give with this reference s1 dot roll number, s1 dot percentage and s1 dot name, and I am going to print here. Anyway, at the time of print also we have to access the structure variables with s1 dot roll number, s1 dot percentage comma s1 dot name, like this. We are going to access like this. Now I am going to give some roll number is 123 and the percentage is 67.5 and the name is Sudhir. Like this we are going to print the data is like this. In this way we are going to access the structured data and we are going to print the data like this. The structures are we can define structure variables with two types, with normal variable and we have to write some pointer. Then we are going to define, if I am going to execute it, it is going to be given error. If it is in a pointer, instead of dot we have to write indirection operator here. We have to write indirection operator when we are printing on anything. We have to write like this. But for example, that means there is no memory allocation for that one. At the time of when we are writing like this, we have to declare the memory for that s1. How we are going to define that? Some s1 is equal to struct struct std star lock or CA lock, no problem. And the size of what the size I am going to give here, I am going to give or is it struct string. Like this we are going to define this. Now I am going to what is the mistake here, some error is there, built-in method, that is malloc. If you are going to write malloc, we have to define include stdlib.h. Now I am going to execute it. I am going to give some 123 is the roll number and 67.5 is this one, and the name is like this, and it is going to be print. This float is missing here. Why the float is missing? And nothing here, the mistake is here. I am printing yes name, here it is yes percentage. If I am going to execute it, it's 123 and 67.5 and sorry, and it is going to be print all the values like this. There are at the time of declaration there are two types here. There is normal structure variable and some pointer structure variable. If it is normal structure variable, we have to access the structure variables with the dot operator, and if it is a star, that means it's a pointer, we have to access with indirection operator, that is this one. Then we have to allocate memory dynamically with malloc or clock, like this. Like this we are going to be initialize that one. Yes, directly now we are jumping into the MCQs, how it is going to be executed and everything. Here struct details, some ID is there, and before that I am going to give some clarification about char A, char B and int C here. Now I am going to tell you that what is the size of structure 1. What is the size of structure 1? I am going to print here what is the size of structure 1. When we are thinking that this is going to be 1 byte, this is the character, right? That's why this is going to be 1 byte and this is going to be 4 bytes. We are thinking that the output is going to be 8, be 6, right? Why? Because 4 plus 1 plus 6, 1 plus 1, that is going to be 6. We are thinking that this is going to be 6 here, but the output is wrong here. How the structures are going to be allocate the memory? How it is going to be? For example, if it is a 32-bit, the word size is 4 bytes. The word size is 4 bytes. Very important. Just listen carefully. It is only 4 bytes. For example, it is going to be read some data. It is at a time it is going to be read 4 bytes. Here 1 byte. That means the remaining all three are remaining here, and here I will explain with. I am going to read char A. At a time there are 4 bytes of memory we are going to read. For 1 byte it is going to be read char A, and for the second byte it is going to be read char B, and this is integer is 4 bytes here. Integer is 4 bytes. Then these 2 bytes are not sufficient to read that integer, right? That's why these 2 blocks are going to be remain as blank, and it is going to be taken as a new fresh word. Why? Because we cannot divide integer into 2 parts. If it is characters, we can divide it. If it is a string, we can divide it. But here it is an integer, we cannot divide it. That's why how many bytes totally? 8 bytes are there. If I am going to execute it, here the output is 8 here. The output is 8. I will show you is it working perfectly or not. I will show you with another example. Just very simple thing. I am going to cut this one and I am going to paste here. What is the output? If it is correct, the output is here also 8. But the logic is not correct. First of all, for the first word, the first byte is 1, and this one is 4 bytes, right? This one is 4 bytes, this one is 1, and this one is 1. This is 4 bytes. With of these three bytes, there is no sufficient memory to read integer. Then it is going to be take one new one, and in the new one it is going to be read. And on the third one it is going to be read like this. How many bytes totally? At a time it is going to be take 4 bytes. 1, 2, 3. 3 4s are 12. The output is going to be 12 now. Yes, is it clear? I think how it is going to be. Some typical things here. Now I am going to moving to another example how it is going to be working. Yes, now look at here. This is going to be 4 bytes and this is going to be 8 bytes and this is going to be 18 bytes. What happened now? I will here execute it. I explain here. First of all, a word is 4 bytes and integer is also 4 bytes. It is going to be represented with 4 bytes. No problem here. Then coming into percentage, that is double. That means how many bytes it is going to be taken? It is going to be taken at a time 8 bytes. At a time 8 bytes means one word is not enough. Then it is going to be taken 2 bytes, 2 words as one space here. Now it is going to be filled with zeros here. It's called some padding here, and then this is the character, right? We can divide a string into number of characters. That is possible. That's why the 18 is going to be 1. I'm going to take here as 16. Here it is going to be 16. 1 1 1 1 1 1, and in the new byte it is going to be taken as 1 1 1 1 1 like this. That means 4 8s are 32 is the output here. Look at here, the output is 32. The output is 32. But now I am going to change it as 17 here. That means one more extra byte I want to write here. That means 1 0 0 0 0 like this. That means 5 8s. 5 8s means it is going to be 40 here. Yes, is it clear? I think check one more examples here and you can get clear idea about how these are working, the structure variable. Like this it is going to be working. If you have any doubts, just comment in my chat box here. And the next one, yes, union. And now I am going to view what is the size of the union here. What is the size of union? The size of union always it is going to be taken memory for the large one. What is the large one here? It is going to be 14, right? It is going to be 14. 14 means if it is 14, at a time it is going to be taken as 4 bytes. 4 4, and it is again 1 2 3 4. It's 12 0 0. Yes, that means 4 4s are 16, but then now the size of union is it is going to be 16, not 14. Why? Because it is going to be split. It is going to be working on the words, not on single byte like that. It is going to be work on words. Word means 4 bytes. Okay. If it is 15 also, the output is same. The output is 16 only. If it is 16 also, it is going to be 16 only. If it is going to be 17 for example, it is going to be 20 now. In this way, the size is going to be working here. Not the exact, what is the largest element, that is not the exact size here. Okay. For example, if it is double. If it is double, what is the output here? For example, this is going to be 10. This is going to be 10. The output it is going to be checking that it is going to be 16. No doubt about that. Okay. And moving into the next question. Yes, here I am reading the values. I am going to print the values. Nothing else. Structure, student details. Yes, details S1. Yes, we are reading the values and we are printing. Just it is going to be print the data. That's it. Nothing else. Here it is going to be 0.1. That means 70.3 only, not 70.33000, not like that. And if I am going to execute it, okay. No, that is not an error. Yes, what is that error? We cannot directly copy the data into a string variable, right? Then we can work like this: str cpy off, like this. We can work like this. Cannot directly assign the data, string data, into the variables. Now if I am executing here, string copy, we have to maintain some string.h include string.h here. I'm going to execute it. Yes, no errors now. And if I'm going to compile it, yes, the output is coming. Yes, look at here, when it is going to be start here, we are going to write like this. We cannot copy a string with is equal to value every time. That's why the mistake is here. Okay, the next one. Yes, everything is okay here. It is union. First of all, it is a union. Union means it is going to be allocate the memory for the largest one. What is the largest one? The largest one is the name here. That means in what value we are reading last. We are reading the last value. The fresh value is string name only, right? For example, if I am going to execute it, the output is not exactly 1270.3 and Sudhir. If it is going to be execute, first two values are garbage values. First two are garbage values, and then it is going to be Sudhir. Why? Because it is allocated for all the variables. It is allocated the same memory, not the different memory. It is going to be allocated the same memory. Why? Because it is union. For example, at the time of initialization, if I am going to print that ID, yes, it is going to be work print as 12, no problem. Here also no problem. I am going to print percentage, no problem. But here I am going to print ID, it is going to be garbage value. Now, for example, I am going to change here, cut it. Now I am going to change, after the reading of the name, I am going to read that ID value. For example, if I am going to execute it, look at here. Yes, this is okay now, but these two are garbage values. Why? Because in union, every time what the value we are reading at the last, that is going to be displayed only. Okay, no doubt about that. The next question. Yes, I am going to create here struct student details, but I already tell you that if I am going to create some pointer structure, I am going to allocate memory dynamically using malloc. But here there is no malloc function, right? It is going to be runtime error, no doubt, and it is going to be stopped like this. It is going to be stopped like this. That means we have how to overcome this one. For example, the same thing what we write here. Just copy this, and here I am going to paste, instead of std, the name of the structure is details, and I am going to maintain here details. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be print like this. If you are thinking that the struct details is going to be very big here, and I will tell you the next question. Here enum color, I will tell you how it is going to be. Some type def function, type def keyword, how we are going to be write that type def keyword. Type def is a keyword, and I am going to write here some, yes, instead of some details like this, some det. That means I am going to write here det star s1. Instead of writing struct details, we can write just only det. Here also, this is enough. No, there is no need to write all these things. We can write like this. That is the structure. Type def means instead of this one, I am going to write, I have to use this one. If I am going to execute it, no error at all, and the same output. It is going to be create some alias names. That's it. It is going to be create some alias names. That is the use of type def here. And the next question, that is enum. If I am going to create any enums here, enum color blue, red and yellow, it is automatically defaultly taken it as this value is going to be 0. That means it is going to be create some new variables. Blue is a variable now, red is a variable now, yellow is a variable, not that is not some anything else. These are going to be variables initialized, already initialized with some data here. Blue is going to be 0 by default. If you are not giving any value, it is going to be taken as 0, and it is going to be incremented like this. It is going to be incremented like this. For example, I am going to create one variable, enum color is equal to C is equal to yellow. What is yellow value here? This is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. And if I am going to print C, what is the output? The output is going to be 2 here. The output is going to be 2 here. Why? Because the yellow is at index position 2. For example, if I am going to give here some is equal to 10, now this is 10, 11 and 12. The output is going to be 12. The output is going to be 12. If we are giving any default value, then it is going to be incremented +1 like this. The next question. Enum year, January, February up to December, here I am going to give. Yes, what is January value? January value is going to be 0. If it is the default value, January is 0 and December is 11 here. That means I am writing here some loop that is 0 to 11. I am going to work with 0 to 11. I am going to print here every I value. What is I value here? 0 to 11. I am going to print 0 to 11 here. I am going to print 0 to 11 here. Why? Because the initial value of the January is 0. Why? Because we are not giving any value to the January. That's why it is going to be start from 0 and moving +1 like that. And the next one. Yes, it is now it is going to be January becomes 1 here. Now the loop is going to be 1 to 12 now. If I am going to compile it, just look at the answer. That is going to be 1 to 12. Why? Because we are giving January as 1. That's why it is going to be 12. Next question. Sunday is equal to 1. If Sunday is equal to 1, Monday is 2. Then Tuesday becomes 3. But it is going to be override with 5. If it is 5, Wednesday is 6. And Thursday is going to be 7. But it is going to be override with 10. And this is 11 and this is 12. Now I am going to print here, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 5, this is 6, this is 10, 11 and 12. I am going to execute it. That default value is going to be override here. Yes, 5 and 10. Here it is going to be override every time. The next question. Yes, enum state. There are two values in enum state, working and failed, and enum result fail and passed. There are two values here, but what is enum state here? There are two variables here. Here also two variables. The same variable name is used in the result also. Yes, the failed is in state and result also. If I am going to execute it, it is going to give an error. It is going to be give an error. Redeclaration of enumerator failed. We cannot give like this. We have to declare it once only. Okay, that's it. Then next question. Enum state working is equal to 0. If working is 0, failed is 1, freezed is going to be 2 here. Freezed is going to be 2. Then enum state cur state is equal to 2. That means freezed is going to be override with cur state. Now some enum function is also there. It is going to be written some enum state, and it is going to be find state is the function. It is going to be written cur state. Cur state means 2 here. Yes, some ternary operator working is there. Find state of. What is find state of? If it is a find state of, it is going to be written cur state. What is cur state value? Cur state value is 2. I am going to check is 2 is equal to working. Working is 0. Is 2 is equal to 0? No, it is false. If it is true, this is going to be working. If it is false, this is going to be working. That means it is going to be print not working here. It is going to be working, printing not working is the output here. And the next question, enum hello, a is equal to 10, then b is equal to 11, c is equal to 12. I am going to print enum hello m. I am going to print size of m. Yes, what is that? Every time if you are creating any enum variable, it is going to be hold only one value, either a, either b, either c, any one value, that is going to be integer every time. What is the integer data type size? Integer size is 4. Then if I, for example, if I am going to execute, it is going to be 4 here. What is the integer size? Integer size is 4 and enum size is also 4, no doubt about that. And the next one, for example, if it is a, what is the output here? If I am going to execute it, the output is going to be, every time it is going to be represented with integer data type size only, not if I am going to replace with characters, then it is not override here. Is it catch anything? It is going to be represent every time an integer only. If it is a, okay, no problem. Next question. Here, enum hello, a is equal to 0, b is equal to 1, c is equal to 5. Okay, if you are missing this one, c is equal to 2, but here I am placing some e is equal to 5 here. Here we are thinking that var is equal to C++, right? C++ means, what is C value? C value is 5, and I am going to increment, this is the post increment operator, then it is going to be var is equal to 5, then C++, that means C is equal to 6 here. That means if I am going to execute it, we are thinking that var is 5 and C is 6, the output we are thinking that, but this is an error. Why? Because enum values are constant values. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be give some error. These are the constant values. Constant means we cannot increment the values. The enum values are constant values, we cannot modify it. That's why this is going to be an error. Don't think these operations at all. You cannot modify it. The next one. Yes, this is macros here. What is macro? This is going to be replace preprocessor activities. All these are when we are executing the program, the preprocessor and macros are working like that. Here hash define area is equal to 250. Then we are going to check that pre-processing stage. What is the pre-processing stage? In the program, is there any area label is there? Any area? Then we have to modify with 250. That means in this program, in this main program, any area is there, then it is going to be modified with 250. Okay? Before the main function, it is going to be work before the main function, then main function is going to be work. That means what is a value? A value is 10. 10 into 250 is 2200 to 2500, and it is going to be printing like this. It's going to be working like this. The next question. Yes, here I am going to write some function type methods also. This is macros here. Some is there any add of a comma b, then it is going to be replaced with a plus b. It is going to be replaced every time. It is going to be replaced with the, if any data is there, if it is 100 times, then we are going to replace with like this. Here it is going to be replaced with a plus b. A plus b means 10 plus 5, that is going to be 15. The output is going to be 15 here. Then the next question is go to statement. How go to statement is going to be working here? For example, x is a label. This is a label here. That means when go to is raised, it is the control is automatically going back to this label. For example, what is here it is going to be print what is I value. I value is going to be 1, and it is going to be print 1, and I becomes 2 here. I becomes 2. What is 10 is greater than 2 or not? Is it true or not? Yes, it is going to be true. Then go to x. Then control is moving here. then control is moving here and execute from here again, then it is going to be print 2, then it becomes 3 here, it becomes 3. Yes, it is again true, then go to X, again it is going to be working. It is going to be work like this, some do while loop like this, and the output is 1 to 9. It is going to be print the data here. And the last one, and here look at here, it is going to be blue, red and yellow. These are the enum variables here. Enum color is equal to C. We are creating one variable here. I am going to create one more variable, that is red is equal to 10. Here I am taking that C is equal to yellow here. Here I am going to take in C is equal to yellow. Now I am going to print a red here. If the value, what is the value here of red? Red is 10 here, and here the value is 1. And what value it is going to be print? For example, if I am going to execute it, look at here, it is going to give a priority to the normal variable than enum variable. That means for example, there is no integer red here. For example, I am going to execute it. Look at here, it is going to be print 1. But if normal variable is there, if int red is equal to some 10, it is going to be print 10 only. Why? Because it is more importance, more priority to the normal variables than enum operators, enum variables, like this. Yes, that's it for today. I just practice everything. I will deploy this code into the GitHub, and I will provide this link in description. Thank you very much. All the best.